Welcome back to the Veteran Warrior channel, folks. You know, in the military, we're trained to think tactically, assess risks, and always be prepared. Well, turns out those skills come in handy even after you hang up the uniform, especially when it comes to protecting your home and family. Today, we're talking home security, but not just your average run-of-the-mill tips. We're digging deep into that warrior mindset, combining military strategies with practical advice to fortify your home like a pro. Whether you've spent years on the front lines or you're just starting your civilian life, we're gonna make sure your castle is as safe as can be. So, grab a notepad, get comfortable, and let's get down to business. All right, first things first. Before you can defend your territory, you gotta know the lay of the land, right? Just like in a military operation, we start with reconnaissance. That means a thorough assessment of your home's vulnerabilities. Think of it like this: your house is your perimeter, and every door, window, even that doggy door is a potential entry point. Now, I'm not trying to make you paranoid, but a little healthy suspicion goes a long way. Start by walking the perimeter of your property. Look for any weak spots, like overgrown bushes that could provide cover, or low-hanging branches that could be used to access a second-story window. Next, check out those entry points. Are your doors solid core or hollow? Do your windows have sturdy locks? Could someone easily force them open? Don't forget about less obvious entry points like basement windows or crawl spaces. While you're at it, consider concealment. Where would someone hide if they were trying to break in? Are there dark corners or blind spots that need better lighting? Finally, identify your high-risk areas. This could be anything from a room with expensive electronics to a place where you store important documents. Remember, we're looking for anything that might attract unwanted attention. Take your time, be thorough, and make a list of any vulnerabilities you find. Don't worry, we'll tackle those in the next chapter. Okay, now that we've identified our weak points, it's time to beef up those defenses. Let's start with the obvious: doors and windows. Your doors are your first line of defense, so make sure they're up to the task. Solid core doors are much tougher to break through than hollow ones. And don't skimp on the locks. Invest in high-quality deadbolts with long throw bolts. While you're at it, reinforce the door jambs with metal plates. You'd be surprised how flimsy those things can be. And if you want an extra layer of security, consider adding a door security bar or a video doorbell. Now for the windows. Most break-ins happen through windows, so securing them is crucial. Tempered glass is much stronger than standard glass, and you can even get laminated glass that's nearly impossible to break. Just like with doors, make sure your windows have sturdy locks. And if you have any sliding windows, add a security bar or pin to prevent them from being forced open. Don't forget about the garage. A lot of folks overlook garage security, but it's an easy way for intruders to access your home. Make sure your garage door is solid and secure, and always keep it closed and locked, even when you're home. If you have an automatic garage door opener, make sure the code is secure and consider investing in a model with rolling code technology. That way, even if someone gets their hands on your opener, they won't be able to use it. Remember, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. By strengthening your doors, windows, and garage, you'll make your home a much tougher target for any would-be intruder. All right, we've covered the basics of physical security. Now let's talk about some tech that can give you an extra edge: alarm systems and cameras. A good alarm system is like having a 24/7 security detail. It can deter burglars, alert you to trouble, and even contact the authorities if there's an intrusion. There are tons of different alarm systems out there, from basic DIY kits to sophisticated professionally installed systems. Do your research, figure out what features are important to you, and choose a system that fits your budget and your needs. Now let's talk about cameras. They're like having an extra set of eyes around your property. You can get everything from simple doorbell cameras to full-blown surveillance systems with multiple cameras and remote monitoring capabilities. Place cameras strategically to cover your entry points, your yard, and any other vulnerable areas. And don't forget about the backyard. Many burglars target homes from the rear, thinking it's less visible. Speaking of visibility, let's talk lighting. Good lighting is one of the simplest and most effective deterrents. Criminals hate being seen, so make sure your property is well lit at night. Install motion-activated lights around your entry points, along walkways, and in any dark corners of your yard. And don't forget to keep those lights working. A burned out bulb is an invitation for trouble. All right, we've got our defenses in place, but a good defense is nothing without a solid plan. In the military, we have standard operating procedures for everything. Home security should be no different. First up, create a security checklist. This is your daily and weekly routine for maintaining your home's security. Things like checking that all doors and windows are locked, making sure the alarm is set, and testing your security lights. Make it a habit to run through your checklist every day, just like you would check your gear before a mission. It only takes a few minutes, but it could make all the difference. Next, you need an emergency plan. What happens if someone does try to break in? Do you have a safe room where you can go? Do your family members know what to do? Talk to your family about different scenarios and make sure everyone knows how to react in an emergency. Establish a safe word or phrase that you can use to alert each other if there's a problem. Make sure everyone knows how to contact emergency services and keep important phone numbers readily accessible. It's also a good idea to have a go bag ready with essentials like flashlights, batteries, a first aid kit, and copies of important documents. Remember, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. By having a plan in place, you'll be much better prepared to handle any situation that comes your way. You know, in the military, we rely on each other to watch our six. The same goes for home security. Building a strong community network is one of the best ways to deter crime and keep your neighborhood safe. Get to know your neighbors. The more you know the people who live around you, the easier it will be to spot suspicious activity. Plus, if everyone is looking out for each other, it makes it a lot harder for criminals to operate. If your neighborhood has a neighborhood watch program, join it. It's a great way to stay informed about crime trends in your area and work with your neighbors to improve security for everyone. Even if you don't have a formal neighborhood watch, you can still create your own informal network. Exchange contact information with your neighbors and agree to keep an eye on each other's homes, especially when someone is away. Don't be afraid to report suspicious activity to the police. It's always better to be safe than sorry. And remember, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. The more proactive you are about reporting crime and working with your neighbors, the more likely it is that law enforcement will pay attention to your area. All right, folks, we've covered a lot of ground here, but remember, securing your home is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. You gotta stay vigilant and adapt to new threats. Think of it like this. The bad guys are always coming up with new tactics, so you gotta stay one step ahead. That means staying informed about the latest security trends and technologies. Read articles, follow security blogs, and attend workshops or seminars on home security. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to protect yourself and your loved ones. But knowledge is only part of the equation. You also need to adopt a security mindset. That means being aware of your surroundings, trusting your instincts, and not being afraid to speak up if you see something that seems off. If you're walking to your car at night, be aware of your surroundings. If you see someone loitering near your home, trust your gut and take precautions. And if you see something suspicious, don't hesitate to report it to the authorities. Remember, your safety is your responsibility. By staying informed, being vigilant, and trusting your instincts, you can make your home a safe haven for yourself and your family. And hey, if you're a veteran, there are tons of resources out there to help you, like the Department of Veterans Affairs Home Safety Tips and the National Crime Prevention Council. Check them out. Well, folks, we've covered a lot of ground today, from assessing vulnerabilities to building community networks. Remember, securing your home doesn't have to be overwhelming. By taking it one step at a time, you can create a safe and secure environment for you and your family. If you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to local security professionals or veteran support organizations. They're out there, ready to help you navigate the world of home security. Stay safe and secure out there, folks. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more tips and tricks from the Veteran Warrior channel. We'll see you next time.